mean, there was an era where electricity didn't exist and the human race did just fine. That doesn't mean it's not a great thing. But also, if we're going to talk about what roles
do you think
are
they were
more
doing
important than
before
another
that,
one, if we're going to talk women, if women are, delegated to second class, whatever roles, those are, okay, well, if you think there are certain positions meant for women, and then
I'm not even saying that. But go ahead.
So you're saying nothing is then?
Just go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead with your point.
If those are caregivers, nurturers, educators, are those not just as important as the physical aspects of this world?
Nope.
So if women are delegated to these roles, or if they're better at these roles, it's because they have specific traits that men don't, which is empathy, caring, love, whatever. And that's not to say men don't, but it's less.
No, that
and so what
wouldn't
if it's just the world of men who are in like the higher class levels? Then they is it a world of like sociopaths?
Higher class? Wait, what do you mean higher class levels?
I mean, sorry, like you said first class or first level, second level.
Oh, you're going
whatever.
back to Andrew's argument.
Yeah. So when you're talking about traits, so I'd reject your first premise where you say women are doing these jobs because they have traits which acclimate them to the job. So I just kind of reject that and say, well, no, I think that they do those jobs because they don't have the traits to do the other ones.
That's what you're assuming.
So then
though.
men are doing the roles that they're doing because they have better traits.
Well, they
but
have the
women just don't have any
capacity.
traits
They
that
have the
apply to
capacity.
any position?
Okay, so then you're saying that women do the
Let me
nurturing.
answer the question. Hang on. Let me answer it. Okay. What I'm saying is that if you were to take away the idea that it could be that women are only relegated to do these jobs because they have the best traits to do the jobs, I would just give the kind of counter response that no, they're relegated to do those jobs even though men can do those jobs because those are the jobs that women are capable of doing, even though men are equally as capable of doing them. And by the way, I will go ahead and give you the benefit of the doubt that I'm wrong. All you have to do is give me a single job that you think that men are not just as capable of women at doing, and I will do the same with men to you. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, parenting, mothering, nurturing, educating.
What parent? Wait, I'm sorry.
Definitely educating.
Hang on, I just want to make sure.
Anything that has a
one at a time. So let's start with mothering, right? You would agree with me that women only do that job because they're the only ones who can be mothers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But when you're talking about parenting, there's no way you're ever going to say that women are just better parents than men, or men can't do that job as well as women, right? You would say that?
I would say yes. More fathers are absent than mothers.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that the capability of men to do the job of parenting is not equal to that of women.
How?
Oh, then a woman
Because
can easily do electricity.
well, you're making this kind of great conflation that because they can't. I'm making the exact opposite argument.
So because women don't go for these jobs, they can't?
No. That's a different argument. So your argument was if they're relegated to those roles by men, then they're relegated to those roles because men think that they're valuable in those roles because they have the traits that acclimate them to those roles. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying no, that men can easily do those jobs just as easily as they can do the jobs that they're in now, but the reverse is not true.
Okay.
So when you say parenting, I think that men are just as capable of parenting as women.
Okay, we can disagree.
You don't think they're just as capable?
So why is it that you
Wait, hang on. You don't think they're just as capable?
Well, I think just like you don't think women aren't as capable for certain positions, I think men aren't as capable for other positions that are equally as important that I just named.
What?
Educating, nurturing, parenting. Literally any of these roles that you think are delegated.
You think why?
Well,
what?
then why do you think these other positions
I'll
that
tell
men
you.
have
Tell me. I'll tell you. But let's start. We already went over soldiering, for instance, right? And no, women are not just capable of men at soldiering. No, they're not.
I didn't say they were.
Now, I'm saying that's my example then. Your example. I would like you to give me whatever your evidentiary is that men are not just as good at educators as women. Let's look at professorships. Let's look globally at professorships.
Well, then let's look at
let's look at scholars. Let's look at doctors. Let's look at lawyers.
That are women.
Well, wait. I'm not disputing that women can do those jobs. Never disputed it. I'm just telling you that men can do them equally as good. And so if that's the case, I'm giving you counterexamples where women can't do this job equally as good.
Like sanitation?
So I really don't understand the equation, right?
And also in terms of parenting, if you look at the stats of single mother households compared to single father households, the single mother households are much more likely to produce criminals, to produce people who are mentally ill, to produce people who live in poverty, feminists, male feminists, and the like.
Male feminists.
The father isn't present, and a baby needs both parents.
No, this is statistics.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hold on, Jake. Can you give your concrete?
That's a great
example?
feminist counter. Actually, the great feminist counter is that's because men aren't present. So all the data is coming from single mom households because there's so many of them to choose from. I agree with that. Actually, that's a great counterpoint.
Thank you.
The problem is that
Okay.
now we're able to, now the court system has changed. Men are able to get custody of their children more. So now what we can do is we can look at the data of.
That's true. They struggle more in court.
Yep. So now we can look at the data of what happens when you grow up in a single father household versus single mother, and we can draw it 1-to-1. The outcomes are still better in a single father household than single mother.
Well, that's a very.
I think that's very
blanketed
opinion.
statement.
Wait.
That's
so,
not opinion.
Jake,
There's a
do you
lot of-
want to
It
give
is
your
true.
concrete
It is.
example? Then I'm going to move it on to dating.
I was just going to say, do you guys like Barack Obama? Do you think he was a good president?
Yes.
By
Yeah,
the way, you can
well,
also find
I
that
don't speak
data
politically.
that I just cited on the Substack of Rachel Wilson. She got all of it together so that you can see for yourself in single father versus single mother households how they fare differently.
Okay, I can look into that.
Well, it was Barack Obama who actually said that they're 20 times more likely to end up in prison. And I'm not sure the other statistics, but
Poverty.
far more likely to end up in poverty and far more likely to end up in prison. Oh,
And
no, in
But
prison,
why?
prison,
But why
poverty.
is that? So you're saying if you ended up single and you had a kid, your kid would be the most complete trash just because you're singly mothering
That's
him?
not what I'm saying.
That's a very
But that's what
extreme
you're
place to
agreeing
take
with.
No,
it to.
No.
it's just based off of actual numbers.
No, but like
These are
you, I'm talking
actual
about you though.
statistics.
You. If you were
You
a
seem
single
like
mother,
you'd be pretty happy in a world where women are just like pushed down and they don't
Like,
really get to do
you
whatever
want
they
to
want.
beg, you want to
I mean,
bow
yeah.
down to a guy?
You gonna take
Yes.
that?
Like, yeah, really?
It's in my faith
you
as a
want all
Christian
your
woman.
hardworking
That's
money to go to
Can
a
we
man.
end this now?
The
I don't
feminism
think I should
in
be
this
working.
room is
Hold on a
That's
second.
just
Hold on a second.
horrific.
Let
That's
her.
horrific.
Wait,
You think you
let her-
deserve the world?
Let her respond. You gonna take
I
that?
think that women, we compliment men very well, just like they compliment us very well. They're excellent protectors, providers, and leaders.
So, but
and that's
you're
how they're
saying you're not
supposed to
though.
be.
You're not an excellent provider, leader,
Why should
lover.
I don't think that women should be the providers. I think men should be the
Okay,
providers.
Serena Joy.
I'm not saying you're the provider. I'm
Right.
asking you if you feel like you should bow down to a man,
I
just
don't need
because
to
he
bow
gives
down,
you
but I
everything.
like
Do you
to
give
be
him nothing
submissive
though?
To my man, yes. That's what I believe in. That's what it says in my Bible. That says how I'm supposed to honor my husband, and he's supposed to love me just as you're supposed to love the church.
Throw it
You can
back at her.
honor your husband, respect him, but it should also be love towards from both sides. Like you should not feel like you need to bow down to a
It
man,
is love on both sides.
but you're bowing down to a man.
I'm not bowing down to him. I'm
You
complimenting
just
him.
said you would.
Can I cut in for a second?
Yes,
Who
yes.
the fuck cares? Who cares?
I mean, if
about
that's how
I'm gonna
somebody
bow-
wants to
no,
live
no,
in
no,
their life.
No, not about you. Like, who cares if you're gonna bow down to a man or if you're gonna be the leader? Like, fuck feminism first off, because it is so annoying. Like, you
Exactly.
can be a woman. Listen, you can be a woman and support women's rights, but not put down men because of it. You're sitting there
That's not what I was
talking
doing.
shit about them. You are so sweet, but I'm pissed off. Like, it is just so aggravating. How are you
Wait,
gonna
into the
get-
mic, please. Into the mic.
Sorry. How are you going to get upset if she wants to bow down to her man because of her religion or how she feels?
I'm not getting upset. I'm just asking her a question.
Yeah, what you know about that? I think that was directed at you, by the way, what she said.
Yeah, I
so
know it was. And I said she was
Yeah.
sweet, but I'm still mad.
I think you should
What are you gonna curb
take her to
something?
task for
I
it.
will not.
Curb stomper.
we just disagree. I don't think you should ever feel okay bowing down to somebody. I mean, I'll drop it. Like,
Wait.
I don't want to attack you for that. That's your belief. And if that's your belief, I respect that. If that's what you believe, awesome.
Like,
and
do you
I'll
mean
drop
be
it.
submissive though?
Yeah. I mean, okay, maybe if that's who you are and who you want to be, then be that. I'm not going to attack that.
So you're like
I'm
50.
sorry for getting
You're
upset.
like down
I think
50-50 in a relationship.
Yeah.
So you'd prefer equality over chivalry?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it is nice that my boyfriend pays all the bills.
So first date,
It's like leeching.
you split the bill.
He's providing.
You split the bill on the first date.
Leeching.
Like you insist on splitting
I
the bill.
pay for some of the dates. Like, we go back and forth.
No. Okay,
Like,
let's
for
talk about
first-
first
for
dates.
first date,
How
I
many
mean-
first dates have you been on?
Not really like a formal first date. We just like
Have you been
just, like,
to
hang out.
dinner? Have you been to a movie?
With someone I've been in a relationship with for a while.
You've never been on a first date?
Not really. I mean, I guess
just-
technically, yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. Like, yes, but not like, yes.
What? Okay. Who paid?
I don't remember.
The guy, didn't it?
I'm sure for one of the guys or some of the guys. Not every single time I've been
How
on a
many
first
guys?
date they've paid. I don't know. I can't pull up the numbers. I don't remember.
You don't. So you don't have a preference for men paying though.
No.
So you split the bill.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to last name, are you going to hyphenate your last name?
I would
if you
like
get-
to, yes.
If you get married?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want the man to protect you? Well, I think we actually
if
established.
needed, but in
Perhaps
other
not.
moments, if I'm able to do so, I'll do that.
Of all the men you've dated, who took the initiative, the romantic initiative?
The man. I'm not as romantic though, or.
Well, who took the
sexually driven.
initiative?
What do you mean the
Who made the
initiative?
first move?
I did.
In all?
Not in
I'm
every
calling
single
you out
one
on
of
that.
them. Not in every single one of them.
Well, are you talking?
So you're saying just
in
because a
your-
man makes the first move, he's like,
That's a gender role. That's a gender role.
okay. Well, yeah, it is a gender role. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean it has to stick and be universal and stay.
A lot of men don't like that gender role because they feel like they're not getting romantic affection.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether men like it or not. Men have to
Yeah, it
operate in
does.
reality. So I could have this sort of wishful thinking where, yeah, as a guy, as an average man, I wish I had the sexual and romantic attention, the same exact sexual and romantic attention as the average woman.
Pick someone up in like an hour. So.
Can you not interrupt, please? But that would be wishful thinking. Average men can't just wait around for women to make the move, right?
That is true.
So we have to operate in a reality. The reality is men have to take the initiative. Men have to make the first move. We have to ask you out. We have to plan the date. We have to typically pay for the date. We're going to have to move things forward if we want some things. You disagree?
No, the comment.
He looked down at his arms and he's like,
Okay. So that's just the reality.
But a
for
guy
men.
who drove a Lambo told me to.
He's actually ripped, rich, and rare.
Yeah, he's ripped.
Not a
Richard.
man of the world.
It's not my fault.